They limited themselves to a canvas, while I wanted to paint the world, and so I did, leaving no surface uncovered, pouring my all into life, as it has always done for me. Alright, what's up? Today it's the last day of 2023, and on the schedule we have art style study, surprisingly enough. So I haven't done this day yet because I just made this entire schedule a few days ago or earlier this week. So we'll see how this art style study goes. I think I actually didn't put how I was going to do this. Like, I didn't write it down how I was going to do this. I think what I had in mind was going through the three art style inspirations I have, which is Taikubo, like I had said, Takeshi Obata, or Taikubo of Bleach, Takeshi Obata that drew Death Note, and Kei Urana that is currently making Gachi Akuta. So I'll probably look up their works, copy like drawings they've already done to like try to figure out how they're drawing what they're drawing, and then take what I actually like from them, because I actually specified the exact things that I do like from them. So I'll be copying those specific aspects. And hopefully that's good enough for an art style study. I actually don't know how to study an art style, but that's what I'm planning to do, just based off of videos I've watched. Everyone's just saying copy them until you know exactly what they're doing to get the result that they have. So I'm just gonna keep copying them, try to figure out piece by piece, and hopefully over weeks and weeks I start to actually take what I want from them, and then also eventually add more people into the mix of inspirations, because I don't want to just, take things from 3 people, because then it's going to be obvious, and also it's not going to be well-rounded too, at least to me, because there's also way more artists that I like certain aspects from, like Horikoshi of My Hero. I love his art too. I just didn't want to put him as a main inspiration because his art style is like way different than not way different, but it's different than what I'm going for, but I love his shading and things like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'll just be looking up references of their stuff and then just copying it. So we'll see how long we go. I think I might just do this for a short while. Might do one thing for each person for 10 minutes. Maybe I'll give 10 minutes to each one and do 30 minutes of recording of this part. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, I think I'm gonna just use Ichigo and use several different face angles. That's what I'll copy for him. Never done this before, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to art studies or style studies. But I'll try to do my best. The main things I'm trying to look for is the spacing between certain features, because that's what really differentiates faces so much, even though you see a lot of the same features. The spacing in between them is very nuanced. This is already really wrong. Really off. Actually. The eyes seem to start. This is kind of a bad picture because I picked him with long hair. I can't really see his eyes. Oh. The eyes are up much higher than I thought. Okay. This is so difficult for me to copy someone else. I still don't know how to draw hair. Wow. This looks so bad. I know it's kind of small, but I'm gonna be putting a lot more. So, not really worried about it. Honestly, this rest of the part, the hair part, I'm not worried about because I'm not trying to copy his style of hair anyway. It's mostly the faces. Let me just move on to the next face. Let me try to actually get what should I say? What am I trying to say? An understanding of his facial structure. try to figure that out now. Like here. This one's coming out a bit better. Just a bit though. Still. Still is all jacked up, but yeah, let me ignore the hair. I want to be focused on what I'm actually trying to practice. Neck would be something like that. Okay. I'll show these two. Get this up close. So what I'll do normally is I'm gonna draw these things out, and then after I'll look over and see what exactly makes it look like this. I can kind of see the faces, the way he draws them is really, I guess, angular, you could say. Like the nose. And then the nostril follows the nose angle slightly, at least in this angle. Yeah, very angular. Even the lip is just like a line that goes down with it. It kind of goes along with each other. You see. I should draw it a bit more bigger than this too. I'm like drawing it tiny as heck. That was my side profile here. A bit bigger. Nostril down. It's a bit closer. This one looks pretty similar. It's kind of just hard to tell if I'm doing correct because of the hair making such a big difference in the overall look. Okay, gonna just BS this part. So I want there, okay. So that face I got down. All right. This one really shows, it really should get like a front facing and then a side profile and 3/4. That is like kind of good to see how he draws these features from each side. Also in the future, I'll take into account some other characters to see what he differentiates in them. Also sometimes in certain panels, he actually makes these features more detailed. Okay, that'll be for that part. Next is, what is it? Takeshi Obata. This one's gonna be a pain because I cannot draw hair for my life right now. And the way he draws hair is so detailed. But in a way it's very simple too, actually. So I'm gonna do 2 textures. Let me make sure this is big enough. I'm not going to draw any details of the face. Just going to draw in the head and then do the hair right on top. So I can save effort and time on that. Because that's not what matters. I will put place, I guess you can say place markers for the eyes so that it's not ambiguous. Like I actually know where they are. And I can draw this hair correctly. Okay. Those would be like that. There we go. Okay. Well, this one he has, this is the spiky hair one, so I'm gonna do that one first. that's like the front part. Then I'll have to draw his neck too. Tripping. My trace. Okay, kind of got it right there. And then well, that one is a bit more simpler than any other hairstyle really. The spikes, it's just hard for me to make them look very nice so far because some of them just get wonky. I don't know, I don't angle the line right, and then it all end up looking the same. Kind of what I did here, they all look the same, so then it doesn't look good because it's supposed to look different. The only other thing he added, this is a colored illustration. It's kind of like frayed lines going from his hair, but it's painted, so it's not really supposed to be like this. But it still works. So that one looks cool. The other one, Do this. Okay. Well, this hairstyle is really hard. This is one of the ones where it's like almost like bangs. It's simple once you know it, because I've seen people draw it, but when you don't know it, oh my gosh, it's super difficult to do. Sounds so dumb, like, of course it's dumb, hard to do if I don't know how to do it. Yeah, but I'm just saying that to make sure I know that this is not a difficult thing. I just need to practice it. Trying just to do the general shapes, but the general shapes is mixed in with the details so well that it's hard to even copy. Yeah, like this is completely off. Oh my gosh. It's like a mess over here, see? Maybe we'll zoom in a bit more so you guys can see what I'm struggling on. There we go. Oh, did not mean to do that. Then I'm kind of just draw this general shape because the top part has no detail. just this head shape. This is Light from Death Note. That's wrong. His hair's too low right there. I feel like I'm getting lost in the details right now. I'm not focusing on general shapes like I should be. This is not good. Not good at all. This head shape is not circular like it should be. Dang, and there's so much extra detail here for the hair strands. Oh, this is rough. This is the ugliest stuff I've drawn in a while. Every time I copy somebody's stuff, though, it tends to be really bad because I'm copying professionals, so then my lack of knowledge just sticks out, I guess. But, oh, I do have one more person to focus on. So that's it for that one. I'm just gonna leave it at that because it's kind of just a lost cause right now, but I do see my mistakes. Shape is not, I should actually write down my mistake. The shape is incorrect, but things I'm noticing is he kind of just has these chunks of hair, so they're like ribbons, like they all say. It's like this, and then he just puts these lines that give it texture. It makes it seem like there's so much detail, even though it's fairly simple. And even for the entire head, it's this big circle. Well, if I just drew a circle, it's this, and then it just branches off kind of. Like if you erase the bottom, because that's where his face is, then it looks like it just curls off the circle, kind of. And then some goes onto his face, these ribbons. These are really badly drawn, but it's like that. And then he'll just go back in with some detail. Even going up farther, the hair strand, just going like this. Or to the top, you add like a band of hair coming down from the back, kind of. More detail like this. Another band. It just kind of goes over the head. And that's how he builds the hair. He does that across the whole head in perspective, so that it looks like a better version of this. Definitely need to do this with the notes. Probably should have done that with these. Maybe I'll do it before I actually move on. So if you go back to this one, what are the things I noticed? All these shapes are the same. So it's basically just up, down, spike. And then some of the smaller ones were more like, oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to put a plus sign. So it's those big spikes, and then the small ones that are like this. Then you sprinkle on top, if you add also these, the little stray hairs. That's all that it takes to build this one. These are probably for the lower portion, more so, because there's like gravity down there. I mean, there's gravity everywhere, but his hair is defying gravity more up here than down here. So you can point these. And these are everywhere. And okay, those are the notes for that one. Then these angular. I can kind of just draw the nose in the different perspectives I see, so that's the bridge, tip of the nose, and then down. With the nostril there, and then this also representing the other nostril. But in perspective, I guess, just a line that he puts. And for this one, it's more to the side. So it's not all the way to the side like this, but it's more to the side than this. So then it's like this, and then the nostril following. So on this angle, it's a little angled up, but this one, it kind of follows that. This one is just completely to the side, obviously. The nostril close to here. Look at that. Now the mouth is just this line and line. But he tends to angle it. So it would be something like this. And then in perspective, it would slant. Even right here, you can see on the side profile, it slants. His mouth still slants. I mean, I guess that's just the expression the characters tend to take on. It's not like the mouth is actually slanted, because the mouth is where it is, but, or I guess maybe you could say that it is in stylized form, it's slanted. But yeah, he tends to draw it slanted, at least in these three. Obviously, I'll see more after I study more. I can't just figure it out in one day, but yeah, that part. And then there's the other thing, the eyes. It's hard to see actually in these. Wasn't a good study for the eyes for sure, but the facial structure, I could say that, is longer. Yeah, elongated, I would say. Because this is more of a average face. These are more elongated and also sharper. So you see these lines here. It's kind of like down. It's like a sharp edge and then a curve. A curviness, but then edge again. Well, that's not an edge, but yeah, edge. The chin is elongated, you can definitely see here. I drew this pretty accurately, and this is how it actually was. So the jaw is pretty elongated for the most part. Let me just try to represent it here so that I know, or keep that in mind. Oh shoot. Well, that's why I didn't draw the chin far enough down. There. Let me put that elongated. Okay, now the only other one left is Kei Urana. And what did I say I liked from her was shape design, faces, and design in general. So I don't know actually how I'm going to represent this. Or not represent, but study. Don't know how I study shape design, because I mean, I guess I could just take some of her clothes. It's mainly in the clothes that I see a strong shape design. But honestly, I think it might also be just too early for me to study something like that, because it's so specific to clothing, and I haven't even studied clothing, so it'd kind of be silly to not know how to draw clothes, but then I'm studying the shape design of clothes. So I probably need to hold off on that because of how specific that one is, and just wait until I'm drawing clothes. So when the day for me to study clothes comes, then I can actually draw that and study that. So I'll probably just have to leave it here for now. May need to do more after this video. But yeah, that's it for today's study. Let me go zoom out, back out. Very rough. Extremely rough. But this is how it is. This is how the studying is going to be until I get better and until I understand more of what I like from these specific artists. So with that, that'll be it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, yes, in the new year. And I'll try to be more consistent. So, thank you for watching.